So this is the first official annual stockholders meeting, board meeting of not only Authors Marketing Guild, but we're going to also wrap in Dear Texas, Texas Authors Institute, and the IndieLector.Store, which all of you pretty much have an interest in some way or another. We, like the music business and others, have been hurt financially pretty hard. We are down close to about $75,000 to $85,000 in losses between everything. I had unemployment coming in until the end of July, and that was keeping things running. But now that that's gone, the Sba loans have been very weird, to say the least. We got one for Dear Texas for $3,000 that we could apply towards things. We're paying that back at $13 a month. And we also got the 2,000 employee protection program. So total 5,000 from that. We've been told for the Authors Marketing Guild and the Texas Authors Institute that we did not qualify for loans, but we did qualify for the PPE or PPP program, which is the payroll protection. But we're only going to get maybe 2,000 off of each of those. So no idea when those are coming in, because the Texas Authors Institute, I was told that 10 weeks ago, and I still haven't gotten the money. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So we continue to wait and wait and wait and see what happens. We have currently the Wimberley Book Festival scheduled for October 3rd and the Galveston Book Festival on November 14th. I will probably be canceling both of those because I'm not seeing any changes that are really safe for us at this point, to have elderly people there promoting books with people and stuff like that. Even with masks, it's still a health risk, and I just don't want to put people in that position. So those will be rescheduled and or canceled altogether. If I cancel the Wimberley and the Galveston, then I'll refund the money accordingly. We did postpone the Lone Star Book Festival that was in May to May 29th of next year. That one I'm still going to go move forward with for next year, simply because it's far enough in that the vaccine should be here and we should be in good shape. So I'm going to work on that one. As far as all other book festivals that we normally have scheduled for next year, I'm thinking of just canceling them altogether or not doing them, simply because we've lost way too much money. And we're not the only ones. I mean, all of our members have lost money and stuff. While ebook sales have increased slightly over the COVID issue, and as well as the audio, there's not been enough in the industry to show that it's increased to where people are going to be recovering their money that they've lost from paperback sales, event programs, bookstore sales, things like that. In fact, the latest report that came out last week showed a 1% increase over 2019. And 1% is nothing. Because we were doing 3 to 4 times that much. For 1%, that just, people are going to be hurting. That's just
well, and the other side of that too, Alan, is that what we get off of the ebooks is so little. I mean, we sell them for 99 cents or $1.99, and we get such a small amount of that. It's just, yeah.
Yeah. So that presents a lot of challenges for us in the year to go. Last weekend was the Authors Marketing event. It did go really well for the most part. We had the first 2 sessions kind of messed up because of an overlap that we couldn't do, which I wasn't aware of. So we had to reschedule both of those. And then 2 other programs, or 3 sessions, the conversion did not happen, so we did not get the recording. So I've sent them off to Zoom to hopefully get that, and I haven't heard back from them. So we're waiting on that. Otherwise, all the videos have been done, minus those 3, and they're being uploaded this weekend. So we'll start having access for people starting next week. Notice will go out, and I've already started working on the 2021 event, lining up the speakers, the program, advertising, all of that. So that and the Lone Star event are the two biggest events that we're going to be forking money out for the year, and I think that should be sufficient. Those are good events. And if we can market the Lone Star event properly to include a lot of Texas authors, I think that will be a really good event, especially since a lot of people are going to be craving to be back out in the social world and stuff.
Yeah.
As you know, Texas Book Festival is going virtual this year. So we're waiting to see how that plays out. The American Library Association went virtual this year. The Texas Library Conference canceled till next year. So we're not alone in this. There's everybody feeling this. So what I would like to do, at least for the next hour, is try to figure out, one, how to increase our membership, because that's always been an issue. I did put out a request for an intern in membership drive and social media background. So I did that this week. We'll see if we get response. We normally don't get responses for these things, but I gotta keep trying. But we do need to increase the membership from $50 to $60. That's still a good value, but we need to bring in the extra money to help offset what we're losing elsewhere. We need to increase the number of members. That's most important. We need to be at that 1,000 level. We just keep stalling at 350. We just can't seem to get beyond that for some reason. I was hoping we'd have a lot more new members from this last weekend because we had 210 people sign up for the event, but we were averaging about 32 people per session. We'll see how the playbacks go and stuff, but we were sending out the notices of, hey, this is available, the radio show is available to you, membership is available, this is available, here are free programs that you can use for marketing or very inexpensive programs and stuff like that. We just didn't get, we got maybe 3 or 4 members out of that, and that was it, out of 200, which is sad. I'm not quite sure where else we need to go at this point, but that in a nutshell is where we're at. We have increased sales in the IndieLector.Store. We've gone up to about 5,000 in sales versus 1,000 last year. So that's a nice increase. So that means more people are making good money from our sales. And we did include the free shipping, so we're not making anything off of that. We actually kind of lose a little bit. It's a small amount, but it's still money that the membership has to kind of cover for and stuff. Let's see what else. I do want to talk about seeing how we can raise money for a portable bookstore. The van itself would cost, with customization and stuff, $75,000, but it would be a mini bookstore that can travel to cities to do events and programs and stuff like that, and mostly focus in on the cities that are smaller, that don't have a bookstore, that would love to have a bookstore come through, once every 6 months or something. So I'm going to see what we can do about that. See about fundraising for Dear Texas and the Texas Authors Institute, so that the storage fees are constantly paid for those things, because it's now up to almost $200 each that we have to pay per month to, for all the storage of the books and everything. So I need to figure out a lot. And sadly, as you can see, not many people are here participating and stuff. So I'm open to any thoughts and ideas.
Well, I think membership is really important to start with. And I'm trying to think of a strategic way that we can do that. The first thought that comes to me, Alan, is that, I'm a member of a lot of writing groups, like Authors like Houston Writers Guild, all these different writing groups. There's one in Austin, Judith Briles and Daniel Hall, all those people out there. All those people have members. All those people have authors that, may or may not be part of our group. What about having me do like I can try to reach out to them and send an email or write a little story about how Authors Marketing Guild has really helped me grow, not only as an author, but as a person, and see if we can Because right now, with people home, and even though they're working from home, there's so much downtime. And what I've been trying to tell people, and I believe it, is that it's a time for self, you know, introspection, but also for growth. And writing is certainly a good way to do that. What about reaching out to those groups?
To the writers groups, yes. I mean, I've definitely have my database of worldwide writers groups that we've sent emails to from time to time. And that's where we got maybe a third of the people who signed up for the AME. Publishers Weekly advertising helped. We got, I'd say, almost half of them from there. And then word of mouth was everybody else.
Okay.
So yeah, reaching out to them is good and something that has to be done on a regular basis.
Yeah. Okay.
And we need to figure out how to really promote what they're getting for the $60.
Yeah.
And as far as that $60, I wouldn't start until the first of the year. So it's $50 until the first of the year.
Okay.
But we need to figure out, how can we reword what we've written, the pamphlets that we have and stuff, to either condense it or to be more specific, to make it more of a call to action.
Right.
As I put it, I want to slap them in the face and say, look, dumbass, you're missing out on all this.
I know. It essentially needs to say that in a nice way. But I think the
Right.
other vehicle for that is right now is social media. I have almost 8,000 people on LinkedIn. So we can do some kind of a flyer. We can put our heads together and, and do a short and sweet little blurb on LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. I have little interns that help me, and we can blast that and do it like, every week or every other week or something. I know that there's people I know from some of these oil and gas professional organizations that have writers in them that are in Philadelphia and Pittsburgh and New York and all these places.
Right.
The other thing is, do you know anything about C-Suite?
About who?
About Jeffrey Hazelhart with C-Suite?
No.
All right. I'm a member of C-Suite, and C-Suite is an organization for CEOs of companies, and I have a recruiting firm, and she's international. He's a wonderful man. He's a wonderful man. I will talk to him and see if maybe he'll interview me. I don't know if he will, but we can ask him and see and tell him where we are with this and what a good organization. He's an author. His book just got some big award, but he's real powerful. He's got 44,000 followers. So we can see Jeffrey Hazelhart is a really good person for us. Let me see what I can talk to him about. I've got those flyers here. Let me look at those flyers and see how we can condense them. Like you said, we need a call of action to say, what the hell's the matter with you? Look at what we're offering in a nice way. So I think
we may need to put out a flyer saying, in these difficult times, you need the support, you need the encouragement to continue on with your writing career. And we have a track record. But as of this month, we start our 11th year as an organization doing this and stuff. So we've been at it. We've got the credentials behind us on everything.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned the followers. We have over 40,000 followers on all of our social media, 25 almost in just LinkedIn alone. This last week, I worked with somebody to fine-tune my LinkedIn page to draw more people and to be more keyword appropriate, metadata file appropriate. So we'll see how that plays out and stuff.
That's good stuff right there. I don't remember seeing that on the flyer. And me as an author, if I wasn't a member, I've got a new book coming out in October. I mean, that certainly is going to get people to see my new book. So stuff like that is another way of telling people you need to do this for $60 because, advertising is expensive.
It is. It is.
So that kind of stuff will get their attention maybe.
Right. The Publishers Weekly ads cost me $2,000.
Yeah.
And that most all of that, only one was in print, and that was in one of the magazines. We had a quarter-page ad. Everything else was online.
Yeah, I got a great idea too. I heard this one time and it works. Don't say N-O. Don't say no to this until you know, K-N-O-W, okay, what this is about. Look at what we offer. I mean, really,
Yeah.
And maybe it's just people, they don't understand.
Right. This postcard which is going out only to the members, is a reminder. Are you receiving our newsletters? Did you know this? Did you know that? And I list like 7 different things and stuff. Because even with our newsletters, only a third of them are being opened. So, out of 350 people, maybe 120 are opening them. So, that's why I chose to mail these out. Just remind them again, we are here. We're here to help you. Read your newsletters, stay in touch with us, basically.
And I also think too, it's not just for, authors, it's for writers. And I think the other thing we need to bring out, and I think Jan, I talked about this in my talk, and I think you'll agree with this. We all need community right now because we're all sitting on our virtual front porch, and we all need community. And I think that's another way to have that happen is through being a member of something like this. And $60 or $50 right now, if even if you amortize that over a year, it's not even $10 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And I think you touched on something very important there, Marianne, that I think has always been missing from this organization, and that is the networking between all of us. We don't do that. We don't connect with each other on Twitter. We don't connect with each other on LinkedIn. And I think we need to. I think as members, we need to be following each other. We need to be connected to each other. We need to be sharing tweets. We need to be sharing things. And that's something we have never been able to do.
And I think
we've tried.
We've tried. But I think, this fire, I just wrote this article about this fire. And, we have 2 ways of looking at things in life. We can look at it like, oh, poor me, I lost everything. All my good antiques are all fire, ruined now. Or I can say, all right, what is this thing? I got to dig deeper now and be more courageous to see what I do have left, what I do have, and I think a lot of us, I'm included here, are sitting here with our little pity party thinking, oh my God, and we got to turn that around and say, okay, but what is it that we still have? And what can we expand? And that's where we are right now with Authors Marketing Group. We got something really, really good here, okay? And just like you said, Jan, I think, if we could all connect with each other on this thing and show people how we can do that, I think we'll get some new members. What do you think?
I think so too. I really do. And I know that cross promoting works. And like you've got a book coming out in October, Marianne, it would be my pleasure to host you on my blog to help promote your book. And we need to do that for each other.
We do. And I, whatever I can do to help you, I want to do that too. I'm very, it's all about helping each other, like you said, So I don't know. I think, we need new members. That's number one, Alan. And then, what else can we do to get some cash flow quickly, Alan? Any other ideas?
Well, I sent out that notice about the book stickers idea that would help us raise money for Dear Texas, and 0 response. I mean, nobody responded. And I sent that out twice.
I think that's because we're not being able to go out and sell books.
It's not about selling the books. It's a sticker. Let me see if I can find it and pull it up on screen for you. But it's a sticker for your car. Just saying I support literacy, and it gave you a whole bunch of different types of literacy programs you can support, and the money would go towards helping the people and organizations and stuff. We're looking at maybe a $5 sticker, and still, again, nobody responded with any ideas about, oh yeah, I'd love to support this type of literacy or that type of literacy or anything like that. Let me see, I'm trying to find it if I can.
Yeah, I do remember seeing that, but I guess I didn't quite get the gist of it. I don't put stickers on my car, but I have the license plate cover that says I support literacy, Dear Texas, and I love having that on my car.
All right, let me see if I can pull it here. Oops, sorry. Sharing things are not always easy, so let's try this first. Come on, give me, oops, there we go. Now I need to choose, where is it? Of course, it doesn't want to show up on the screen. There we go. All right, so here's one of the stickers. Okay.
You know, I remember seeing that, Alan.
Yeah, there's children's, women's, minority. I mean, there's like 6 different types that were being suggested and stuff. But again, like I said, no response. So, you know, even looking at possible having customized masks made, you know, that are book oriented and stuff. Somebody had said that they thought they saw something saying, if you can't read my lips, read my books.
I love it. I love it.
You know, that again, you know, trying to find ways that are economical, that we can raise money to bring money in without spending too much money. Because again, we're tight on money. Now, speaking of the membership, when COVID hit hard at the first part of March, I gave everybody 6 months of free membership. So that comes to an end next month, September. So I'll start collecting membership dues again. We'll see how that pays out and stuff. You know, with Daniel Hall and Judith Brills, they've been very disappointing. They're more about filling their pockets than helping up everybody else. We've worked with them for years, you know, at the authors marketing event and stuff like that, and they never promoted it. They never put it out to their membership and stuff. So it's kind of hard to work with them if they're not going to really support us. You know, that's how I feel about it. I mean, I looked at this and all the presenters that we were working with is which ones were promoting the event that they were attending. And, you know, we had Trudy, of course, Tui, she always does. Rose Fox from Publishers Weekly put it out there. The ladies from Story Rocket put it out there. There was a lot of other people that had tweeted and promoted the events and stuff, but Kathy Mize didn't. You know, she's got a huge group of people and stuff, so why didn't she promote it?
I mean, I'm going to talk to Kathy Mize because she's a great resource for us, and she's got a huge network, and I love her. She and I have a special connection. I'm going to talk to her. I mean, you know, I saw her presentations. She's such a bright woman. She's got a lot to offer. I mean, I could tell she's a little down, you know, we're all a little down, but I think that's why we all need to work together to help each other. And I think what we need to do maybe is not focus on the challenges author marketing groups has, or Texas authors, but focus more on how it's an organization to help each other, and that we all need that right now. Okay. Because
as far as the community concept is concerned, you know, we've tried to promote that as much as we can with like doing events in the different areas. When we were Texas authors, you know, we tried doing that. We had limited results on that. The main thing with that was I couldn't be at each city creating the event, so I had to rely on people in the city, and then we had some do it and then just back out and not do it anymore and stuff. But when we have the authors marketing event in person, the community aspect is great.
Oh, it's
everybody's
wonderful.
Sharing ideas, everybody's talking, everybody's working together, and that does carry on after the event, which is huge. I love that. Being a large international organization now, we can't have that type of event on a regular basis. I would love to see Dallas area authors get together and socialize. I'd love to see the Houston area, Austin area. We have enough people in the larger cities that they can get together, but for whatever reason, they just don't. And it's simply because everybody's got a busy life.
Do you know Max Reagan? Max Reagan is my developmental editor. He's out of Boulder. And do you know him, Jan? Do you know Max Reagan? Okay.
No, I don't.
Well, I just did a 10-day writing intensive course with him. And he had it all on Zoom. And he had authors from Australia, from England, from all over the world. And I've worked with Max since 2014. So, you know, he was real worried about his 10-day intensive that he always has. I always go to Boulder for it. But this year, even though I couldn't go to Boulder, I did it online. And I met people I would have never met in Boulder because people were able to come to this because it was online. So
True.
I'm going to talk to him about it too. And I think maybe Alan, if we can have some more frequent online events, that might be good for,
I really agree with that, Marianne. And the fact that we are now an international organization, we're going to have to rely on more virtual interactions rather than just the local levels.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send. I mean, I talk to Max every week, but I'm gonna talk to him on Wednesday, and I'll put that on my agenda to see how he can partner with Authors Marketing Guild and because it would benefit him too to work with our group to get more authors to take his courses. It would benefit us to get his authors to become members. So it's a win-win for everybody. Okay. So I think Max Reagan is a good guy. I've asked him if he knew Alan. He said he knows of him, but he doesn't know him. But I worked with Max for 4 years, and I'll try him. I'm going to try Jeffrey Hazelhurt. You said the Daniel Hall thing. I mean, I'll reach out to Daniel, but you don't think they're a good one?
I mean, we had him at our authors marketing events. We've had Judith there before, several times and stuff, but it just never grew beyond that event. It was like, how can I market myself to your group, period? And that's kind of like what Kathy did. It's like, okay, I want to reach out to your group. How can I best market to your group? But I don't want to share your information with my group. And that's very frustrating.
It is. It is. Well,
Yeah.
I'll talk to Kathy. I think, everybody's so paralyzed with their own situation right now. For some of us or some people, it's hard for them to look outside their own situation to see how they can help somebody else. But that's the way you can turn your own situation around, is when you do help somebody else, I think.
Yeah.
So, and Kathy, I learned so much on her talk, and then she had some special promotion going for people that took the talk, and I went to the website to see it, and we couldn't find anything, and so I'm still trying to get a hold of her about that. So I do have a reason to talk with her, so I'll mention it to her too. But she's got a lot of different authors that work with her, doesn't she, Alan, with her big distribution thing that she does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
we even tried working last year, trying to get her involved with the IndieLector.Store so her authors could make more money, and there was no response from her on that either. So.
Okay. Well, I think, let's try to go ahead, Jen.
One of the things that comes to mind about the IndieLector.Store, Alan, and this is just my own personal experience with it, is that the print books, everything works perfectly. But anytime I try to buy an ebook from IndieLector, I'm never able to get it. I'm never able to download it. And I'm not totally computer dumb. I'm not totally computer smart, but just an average person should be able to download it and get it to their device. And I haven't been able to do that.
Yeah, because when you order it, an email is sent to you with a link. You click on the link, and it should download the book for you.
Yeah,
So
should.
yeah, so I'm not sure why.
I don't know either. I've tried several times. Just recently tried to buy Enigma Factor through IndieLector, and I couldn't get it. So I wound up going to Amazon and giving them 99 cents.
Okay.
And where did it stall on you?
I never got a connection. I never got a link to download it. I never received anything that let me go, okay, here's your book.
Okay. All right. I'll try to
So
do a
I
run.
don't know. That's been an obstacle for me with ebooks. And I have some new short stories that I want to upload to IndieLector, but I want to be sure that readers will be able to get them.
Right. I'll take a look, and I'll run one through and see what happens.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
other thing is, Alan, and this might have been the person, I don't know, but that Melanie Bragg woman, that attorney woman that tried to join, she also told me that she wasn't able to join or get her credit card to go through or something. And I don't know, maybe we need to look at that. Maybe the process is too cumbersome, or there's a little glitch in it that most people that aren't real computer oriented can't figure out. I don't know. Maybe we need to make the process more user friendly. I don't know.
Well, I think it is user friendly personally. Okay,
Like I said, I don't know
I
if there's
keep
a
that in
person.
mind. Okay, but I do know with Safari, the places that you type in the information is real small, and that's Safari. There's nothing I can do about that. Everybody, all the other websites are okay. Okay, and I know she was having a problem entering the information. I do know we do have an issue once in a while with the reCAPTCHA. And that has to be in there only because we have so many people trying to hack our system.
Oh, God, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's annoying when it doesn't connect or it doesn't connect fast enough. People think that it's not working. So that I know is an issue. But other than that, that particular lady you're talking about, when she came up and talked to me at an event and she thought I was cold, I'm sorry, but at an event, my mind is focused on that event. I really rarely have a moment to stand still and talk without thinking about what's going on and the issues involved in the events and stuff.
Right.
So, I mean, people should understand that, you know, when that person is in control of that event, their mind's there. I mean, I just don't think she was doing it for you and not really for herself. That's just my gut, okay? But as far as the form is concerned, there is a lot of questions because we are promoting you. We need to know your social media links and stuff because we can't put it out there if we don't know. We need to know your link for your Amazon or what other bookstore things. We need your bio. We need your picture. We need your basic information. So all of that is required. And as far as that CAPTCHA, I know that's the one thing that most people complain about is like, I hit the button and I wait and I wait and I wait. And unfortunately, I don't have the money to invest in a better product, okay, to do that. But we do need to have that to avoid those bots that go out there and try to sign up. On the author's marketing event, we had well over 30 bots trying to sign up and to hack into our system, okay? So I need to have that CAPTCHA on there, and it is frustrating. Beyond that, I don't know what else to do about that.
Well, I'm doing a new website right now by a guy that does websites for authors. His name is Ron Bucher, and Max Reagan told me about him. And maybe if I tell him, you know, about you and what we do, and that it might be a good arena for him, maybe we can do like a little trade or something. I don't know. I talked to him on Tuesday. Maybe he can take a look at the website and maybe he can help us make it easier or something, or fix something that might make the process a little easier. Do you mind if I ask him about it, Alan?
Sure.
I'll talk to him Tuesday. He's a web guy. Because my website, you know, I've been a recruiter for 37 years, and I'm trying to become more of a consultant now because, you know, jobs are down and people are needing advice on, you know, kind of change or reinvent myself a little bit. And he's kind of putting a new little look on my website. So maybe I'll mention this to him and see if maybe I can have him talk to you and tell him, you know, I mean, he's not real expensive, but he's not dirt cheap either, and see maybe if, you know, it would be a good arena for him to get possible authors too, you know. How about that, Alan? How about putting advertising on there? Have you thought about that on the website?
On where? On the website?
Yeah.
We have our sponsors listed, and that's all we've done. We have our advertising on the radio show that nobody bothers to take advantage of. So, you know,
because I'm wondering if, you know, with that many people, you said you got that many followers, you know, if there might be an avenue to do some kind of advertising on there for people who work with authors, you know, because they're positioning themselves in the arena for people that might use their services.
right. So on our homepage, we do have that banner of sponsors that they can click on any one of those sponsors to learn more about them and stuff. And then we have a separate page that lists all the sponsors with their links and stuff. So that is the advertising we do for them. As far as our social media, it's mostly focused in on the authors, constantly promoting the members, okay? We do, of course, promote when we have membership drive or when we are doing something special, like our book festival, virtual book festival coming up October 3rd. We'll be using it for that and stuff. So yeah, we do put things out there on a really regular basis. I mean, I have a guy that I spend a couple $100 a month just doing that stuff. As far as advertising other businesses through our social media, I kind of hesitate on that. I don't mind putting them up on our website and promoting them through that, or through the newsletters. And we have our service directory as well. I think that's more works better in that respect.
All right. I'm just thinking of ways to increase cash flow. You know,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of ways that, you know, it would benefit everybody. And in you know, bottom line, it would, you know, increase the cash flow.
Right.
So,
And while our social media is huge in that respect, I think for them, most of the people are looking at your members. How many people do you actively in work with? Okay. So in order for us to really have value in that respect, we need to have the members. We need to be at that 1,000 member mark, because reaching out to 1,000 people that are people who are committed, who want to learn that, is a lot better than reaching out to 40,000 people that probably won't see the social media link anyways, because they're seeing all the other shit.
okay. All right. Okay. Well, I think, you know, talking to some of these people that have clout, that like Jeffrey Hazelhurt, maybe Max Reagan, and seeing what we can do together that'll help each other to promote what we've got here. And I think that's a first step. And then having something that I can send them that, you know, I have the brochure, but maybe like a virtual thing, like something that's got 5 ticks or something. Because what do they say? People have 7 seconds when they look at social media, and if they don't see what they want in 7 seconds, they don't even look at it anymore.
Right.
So maybe have it more short and sweet for what we offer. You know, the one we have now is you know, what, 4 pages, or, you know, it's a fold out. So maybe have something we can put on social media about the, you know, the radio, the book sales, the indie bookstore, and the community. I mean, that might be number one. What do you think, Jan? I mean, I think right now, you know, I mean, I live alone. I have 2 dogs, and I'm a widow. I mean, the community part for me is really important. And I think
I agree, Marianne. It is very important, and I think that's really what it's going to take for this organization to flourish and to be what it can be.
Yeah. Because
the LinkedIn has become a really big marketable place. And this annoys me to no end, but very often I'll get, every day I get requests to connect, and I'll go and look at them. And if they are an author, or they have anything related to writing, or if they're a music artist, I'll connect with them. And then 2 seconds later, I get a spam message: buy my this, buy my that. And that's gotten really bad on LinkedIn. So I know that's definitely not something we want to do, because that's a real turnoff, that
Yeah.
you've connected with someone as a follower and then instantly they spam you and want to sell their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's number one rule of not to do on social media.
Exactly. And they do it. And
Yeah.
and I just delete them. I don't have to. You know, and they may have a wonderful product, but that's not the way to present it. So I know what not to do, just don't know what the answer is to.
Yeah. I mean,
Sorry.
I mean, one of the things that they brought up in the social media sessions was to build the relationship. And we've definitely been doing that. We have so many followers that have been with us for years. And we do get members every so often and says, you know, I've been following you for a couple of years, or I've been following you for this period. And, you know, it's just like, I finally got off the fence and I joined. And that's good to hear. But how can we move that faster or better to get better results and stuff?
Well,
like
I do. I definitely think that one of the things, especially since we are now an international organization, is that we have virtual events, and not Maybe even, what if you put together a few meet and greets, virtual?
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe
I
like
mean,
once a
because
week.
what I'm hearing from you, Alan, is that the members need to be involved and they're not.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do we get the members involved? Because if the members get involved and then they start sharing, there's nothing better than word of mouth advertising.
Right,
Right.
right. And I think like Houston Writers Guild, they have it. I think they have it on Friday nights, or maybe they had Saturday mornings. I know C-Suite every Friday at 4 o'clock, and C-Suite's international. They're out of New York, but they have a social every Friday at 4 o'clock, and they tell you to bring your drink or your iced tea or whatever it is, and they talk about different things that have gone on. So maybe it would be a way for like somebody to talk about a new book or a new short story they've got or a new award they won, or or something they read that really helped them through these hard times. I think maybe if we do a once a week virtual, Jan, what do you think? That might be a good thing.
Maybe.
Once a week or once a month?
I
Once a
I
month,
think
maybe?
once a week might be too
How
often.
about maybe how about twice a month?
Twice a
Maybe
month, maybe.
we can start once a month and see. The first one we can start once a month. Like we can shoot for, the middle of August and have a virtual Houston, area, authors market international, get together on August, whatever it is, on a maybe a Sunday morning or Sunday afternoon, um, and promote it as international. And
I
here's
know
our
that one of the obstacles that you run into with international is the time zone,
we'd have to
and
look at that.
where it might be like, I have an author friend in New Zealand and it's already into Monday in New
Right.
Zealand. So
Yeah, I know.
it becomes an
I know.
obstacle.
I mean, Max had this author from Australia come on and teach a class for all of us. There was 26 people on the Zoom thing, and we had to do it. I think we did it like at 5 o'clock because it was like 8 o'clock in the morning over there or something. But I think we can look at the time, and try to make it so that might have to be a little early over there, but we can look at that too. But I think it's just doing something on a regular basis, and keeping our name in front of people. Okay, because I think that's what's going to keep us going. And the community part right now, and if it's something that people are interested in, and I think a lot more people are writing right now. I mean, Max said his class was bigger online than it's ever been in Boulder, because so many people are trying to do something different and trying to fill the void right now. So I think there's an audience for sure out there. We just got to think of creative ways of how to get them.
Jan, I see that you did a purchase of an ebook.
Yeah, I was just experimenting to see. So here's what I got. I got from the IndieLector.Store confirmation. Thank you for your order. Please print this for your records. There is no link attached.
And what book was it?
I bought Becky Willis's book. Let's see which one. The first one in the Sisters series. Chicken Scratch.
Okay.
But I wanted to experiment while we were online, because that's what I get. I get a confirmation. Thank you for your order. And there's no link to download.
Okay. So let me check something real quick. You said Chicken Scratch?
Yep.
EPUB or Kindle?
I got Kindle because that's what I read on, is my Kindle. And that I get confused about that too, because I thought EPUB was Kindle.
No. Moby is Kindle.
Okay.
Okay, so what it looks like, and I'm confirming a little more, so 1 second. Yeah, okay, so my guy who was setting these books up, I think, jumped on some of these people a little too quick. Yes. So we don't even have the ebook for that person.
Really?
Yeah. So
See,
they
so
should not
that's
have been
not good.
listed. They should have only been listed for the paper. So I'm going
Right.
to have him go through and check who we're missing, what we're missing, and then get that fixed. So I'll
Yeah,
definitely-
because that is an obstacle, and I wouldn't. I mean, it makes it hard to promote it when you know it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I totally agree. So I'll definitely have him go back and double check all that and stuff. So bear with me a second while I do something. Okay, in reference to the virtual events and stuff, and also the Indie Beacon show. Should we continue with Indie Beacon show? I mean, from your perspective, is there any value or anything?
I think there's a lot of value to it. For me personally, I'm always at work when it's on, and so I can go back and hear the replay. I think the replays are invaluable, and if authors would understand that it never goes away, that they can promote that from now on. That is such a big thing. If they get that through their head, they think nobody's listening, and maybe nobody is at that moment live. But how many times can you see when it gets replayed? Do you get those stats?
I do, and we're still averaging with everything. When I've looked at it, is around about 2,000. But we're on so many different platforms that it's
Right.
hard to keep pulling all the information from each one. And
No, I think that's a very valuable show. I really do. And as far as the advertising, again, if people can understand that it's not just that 30 minutes, it's not just the 30 minutes of the show, it's there. And your
Definitely.
advertising goes with the show.
Right, right. And I've thought I've explained that before, but something we have to look at, because just like the show, it's there permanently until we stop operating. That means thousands of people can see it over a lifetime and stuff,
Right.
which is continued promotions and stuff.
And if you're averaging 2,000 views, where else is an author going to get that audience?
Yeah.
Right.
Not at a book festival.
No.
No.
Where else are they going to get that audience? So I mean, I don't know how much it cost you to do the show. And have you moved away from Blog Talk Radio? Is it?
Yes, we're strictly on Zoom.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because
So
Blog Talk Radio has really gone to hell.
yeah. So we have it on Amazon TV, YouTube for the video, and then all the podcast systems. We're on 7 different major podcast systems. So we're set up well with that and stuff. So, you know, in reference to the advertising, for $35 at 2,000 people, that's a cost of less than 2 cents per person.
Exactly.
Advertising.
Exactly.
And that's just that 2,000. That doesn't include years down the road and stuff.
Right. So maybe authors are not sure what they should advertise. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. As far as the virtual book festivals, excuse me, because we were looking at discontinuing the physical for next year, of increasing those to a quarterly basis. We've done them before. We haven't had a lot of response as far as people doing it. We've got to figure out a way to better market that so that people are attending it. This new one that Jen, you're part of, coming up October 3rd, you're committed to that 2-hour window.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
I love
having that
you said
individual
that.
room where people can go specifically to you to learn more and go from room to room, basically, is going to be a challenge for me to
It will.
process the people. But I think it can be done. But I mean, we'll see how it goes.
Well, yeah, it's an experiment.
But what is it,
Yeah.
Angie? I'm not familiar with what you're talking about. What is
So
it?
Alan is putting together a virtual book festival in October that will be totally online, but each author, it will be like having their own room, and the visitors can visit from room to room, chat with the authors, look at their stuff. I mean, I'm understanding, right? You can actually
Right.
chat with them. It's not going to just be you're going to be sitting there and you don't know anybody's there.
No, not like the AME. This is where people will be able to talk to you.
Right. And so, I mean, to me, that's really kind of exciting and that's innovative. And I think that in this climate, especially, that is such an opportunity.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful idea. I think that's something that needs for sure to stick around. But I think we need to promote it because, like with my new book coming out, for sure I want to do that.
Sure.
For people to know about my new book, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, so
sure.
Marianne, I'm going to pick on you.
Okay.
Okay, but this is a valid reason for it. We've sent out 3 notices over the last 2 months about the event. You didn't read it. You didn't sign up. Why?
You know what? I'll tell you why. 90% of my clients are letting people go, and I have got people calling me right now that are so desperate for jobs that that's my focus. So I apologize, okay?
No, you don't need to apologize, but see,
that's why. That's why, and I stand corrected. I should take the time to look at it, but I'm overwhelmed right now. I don't have a lot of help, you know, but you're right. I should have looked at it, and I didn't.
Okay, so that's exactly the point I want to address. We're all overwhelmed, and we don't all look at the emails coming through and stuff. I get 100 emails a day, and I don't look at all of them and stuff, and I try to as much as I can, unless I know it's pure junk, and then I delete it. But that's the same issue our members are facing.
I know, but maybe this is what we should do, Alan. When you send those emails over, there's so much information in there, okay? Takes me more than 7 seconds to look at all that. Maybe we need to send something over that's shorter and to the point so that when I get it, I see it right away, okay? I don't have to read all the way down. I mean, you write beautifully, you got all this information, but maybe what we need to send out during these times, and everybody's so overwhelmed, is something that will grab the attention faster because it's not so lengthy. What about that?
So in other words, keeping it to a 1 paragraph per item and allow them to click through to more information.
Yes.
Okay, so the email that you sent out, to me, this is perfect. You sent out an email that said the title, A Virtual Book Festival with Rooms. When you open that email, the only thing in there is about the book festival. There is nothing else added into that email. To me, that's perfect.
Okay, because I try to keep it to 2 or 3 items at most, because I understand we're all so busy, but I try to put enough information in there so that they can either click to read more or click to do an action. But like Marianne's saying, because there is so much that we put out there, do we need to condense it further so that they click to learn more? And that's the other issue, is are people going to be willing to click to go to that next level, or would they rather have it all right in front of them to make a decision?
Well, go back to this same email, and it says, if you'd like to participate, email me. There's a link. And then it says, we are at the beginning stages of the website design for this event. You can watch it grow here. And then there's a link to Book Festival Network. And then I don't know what I'm seeing there. Just a lot of people.
Right, but they're listed fiction, nonfiction, children's.
Right.
And then you can click on them you should be able to click on them to be able to go to their page.
Right. But so when I click on that, there's all these authors. These are not all the authors that are participating in the virtual event.
Yeah, they are.
Really? How are you going to do that? I mean,
it's going to be a challenge. We're allowed up to 100 rooms, and I kept it off at 25. So yeah, it's definitely going to still be a challenge. I may need an assistant to help direct people to the different rooms.
Interesting. Okay. But I mean, you know, to that point, that's all that's in that email. There's nothing else. It's just about that book festival.
So
and I agree with what Marianne's saying about sometimes there is like there's this and then there's this and then down here there's this. Maybe that is too much. You see the very first part and you're like, okay, I got to go. I don't know.
Okay. So if anything, I need to keep it to the point. And if there is going to be more than 2 or 3 items, keep down to 1 paragraph with a link that if they want to learn more, they can go on further. Otherwise, 1 or 2 items max, and that's it. Does that
And
sound
see
right,
if it makes
Marianne?
a difference.
If it makes
Just
a
for,
difference. Let's test it out and see if it makes a
yeah.
difference.
See, because
just
you're
telling
able
you-
to see the
Yeah, I'm
click-throughs.
telling you what I, my situation and what I, I mean, right now I got to focus on, trying to service these people and these companies. So I might be different, but that's why I'm not doing it. So, but maybe if it was just 4 or 5 lines and it caught my attention, then I would click on it, So
Yeah, especially
might
if you
work.
saw the date and it says, ooh, October. Oh, I've got a book coming out in October.
yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. There are no easy answers, and we've talked
Always the
about this
answers.
for
It's just
years.
trial and error right now. But I think
Yeah.
the biggest thing we got to do is, we got to promote this thing and we got to tell people the benefits that come from it. And I think, for most of us that I'm hearing right now, especially all my recruiter friends, we used to meet once a month. We don't do that anymore. There's so few jobs out there right now. The recruiters are all dying away. But what's going to happen? It's going to turn around, all right? But these people are getting disappointed and they're just falling out of the business. So I think we just got to keep, same thing here. We just got to keep the momentum going long enough till it turns around. But we got to show the people why, what's in it for them, what they're going to. And I think right now, at least for me, I don't know, it's working with, it's like, I've seen you, Jan, at other functions personally, but when you were so lovely on my talk and you put those few remarks there, I just think the community thing right now, or getting to know these people, is so important, at least for me.
Could I make a suggestion, Ellen? This just hit my mind because I have a very active blog. I have over 10,000 followers on my blog. What if you sent out an email calling for bloggers to give you a guest post?
We've done that. We got a couple responses.
When did you do
Marianne,
that? Because I didn't see it.
something recently that I'll be posting next week, and I've recommended to somebody else.
But no,
that
but
is-
what I'm saying to you is that you make the call to us who have blogs to say, hey, can I borrow your blog spot? I
Oh,
want to
okay.
promote AMG.
So create an article that I can put out there that relates to
Put it out
them.
there with links, with sign up links, with bullet points maybe as benefits, and send it out as a call to action to the members who have blogs. Would you please run this on your blog? Because my 10,000 followers don't know about you. It would be, it would cost you nothing, and it would only cost us a matter of whatever it takes to copy and paste into the blog post and then run it and see if that creates anything at all.
I think that's a great idea, Jan.
Well, it costs nothing. I have my blog, and I am, as every blogger is, we're always looking for good content, and it's just a way to maybe use some of the membership and get them more involved by saying, hey, will you give me a guest post on your blog? Let me have your blog for one day.
Okay.
I think that's a great idea, Alan. Jan, I don't think, are we connected on Facebook and LinkedIn, Jan? We need to be if we're not.
I know we are on LinkedIn. I don't know. I know Facebook is valuable, but I really prefer to connect through my author page for writing things, and more is bleeding over into my personal. But yeah, I'll look and see, but I know we're connected on LinkedIn.
Okay.
Jan, real quickly, will you go to the store? And I'm going to give you a coupon code to use.
Okay.
And I want you to try my book, Author's Revolution.
Actually, I bought that book one time. I never got it either.
Well, I'm glad I'm having you try again.
Okay, so I want to go with the Kindle. Okay.
Okay, the ebook.
And add to cart. Okay, and click to enter coupon code.
Event 20. Let me know if that one accepts. I have so many coupons, I'm thinking that's the right one.
Yep. Okay. I'm going
Okay.
to proceed to check out. Okay. Thank you for your order. Please print this for your records. Order status approved pending shipping.
Okay. So now let me ship it.
Product delivery instructions.
All
Thank you
right,
for
good.
purchasing my ebook. Click here to download the book. And then product delivery. Thank you for your purchase. Your download will begin shortly. And there it is. That worked.
Okay. So I just need to make sure all the ones that are listed as EPUB have actual files.
Absolutely. And if not, they need to be eliminated
Yeah.
because
Or get the
that's a
files.
turnoff. And it only
Yeah.
takes one time for a
Yeah,
visitor.
exactly.
That's all it takes. And they go, well, that don't work. I ain't going there again.
Yeah.
People are fickle. Okay. Well, I'm glad I mentioned it.
Yeah. All right. All right. So after the October 3rd event, we'll see how that plays out, and then we'll do quarterly book festivals, virtual book festivals. Now, a question about this again, because it does cost money to do these events and stuff, on Zoom. Um, should we be charging people to participate? And if so, what's a fair amount? Because it is virtual.
I do think that you probably should be charging. What's a fair amount? I don't know, because I don't know what it costs you.
Yeah, you're the only one that can tell that,
Well, I estimated that this one's costing well over $1,000. Okay. And it's mostly the marketing and setting it up, the time involved to do it. And that's why I put in there, if I'm willing to spend $1,000, you're willing to spend 2 hours of your time. So, if we limit to 25 people, we're looking at what, $25 a person?
I would pay that.
I would too.
Actually, it came out to 45. So
Yeah, I was going to say 25 is not enough. I'm not that good at math, but that's not enough.
yeah, it came out to $40, which is a lot. I mean, considering in our physical ones, we were charging $50, $60, $75 for.
True.
And you had a better chance of having book sales versus the virtual.
True.
So, the only other option there is to increase the number of people that can participate while keeping the fee down. But then again, there's so many other issues. And also, do we cut down how many times people can participate in? Because we don't want people coming to the event and seeing the same people every time.
And I do think that's a very good practice to rotate so that there's new authors and something fresh. I don't know, Alan. I say let's try the October 3rd. Let's see how it goes. If I were you, and this is just a suggestion, I would ask for donations that to try to offset the cost of this festival. That that maybe say I'm not charging for it, but it is costing me. Please donate what you feel like you can. Not if or when, but just do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a suggestion. And then if it is a success and everybody is happy and they've sold the book or two, then next time you put it together, say, because this event was a success, we are now going to be charging for this, and here's what we got to have.
Right. And so we are putting together a PDF goodie bag that every author can submit a one-page ad, basically, that we throw together so that we get people to register in advance, and we're giving away a couple of gift baskets for those people who registered in drawing. But that's our way of building up that list of followers and readers so that we can give them something back and try to sell the book and stuff.
I think that's a good idea. Another thing I would suggest is that the authors who are participating, I would mention to them that it would be probably a really good way to get people to visit their room if they're giving away something. If it's a $5 Amazon gift card, or if it's a IndieLector gift card, or whatever. But I think that might help to for the authors to say, hey, I'm giving something away. You got to come by and see me, though, to be entered for it. Now, that, again, is something else to keep up with. So I don't know. I don't know how that would work.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the authors themselves would have to try to keep track of who visits their room.
Okay.
Because we don't want to put more on you. That's going to be hard. That's going to be tough. I don't even.
Talking about an intern, Alan, I don't know if you could do a virtual intern, but I've been on the faculty and done some classes over at Houston Community College, and I know the chair over there of the Career Center, and I could see if she could get you a virtual intern at no charge, and then that intern would get college credit. If you want me to ask her, I mean, that might be it would benefit you, and it would give the intern some marketing experience. Would you be open to that, or you want somebody local?
Especially
I'm open to any and everywhere as far as
all right. Let me ask her.
We can definitely do them virtual because everything's virtual for us right now.
Her name is Dr. Davis. Let me ask her about an intern, a virtual intern that would be, no pay, but they'd get college credit, and they'd work with this international marketing group, authors marketing group. Let me ask her if she might have someone like that she could refer to you. Okay. Because I think
and I'll pull the information that I had and send it to you.
Send it to me.
What I put out there already.
Yeah. She's a wonderful lady, and I'll ask her. I just did a talk over there about from education to employment, helping these students get ready for the new work world, and a lot of really nice students over there. And I think she might, because I think the other thing, Alan, hearing all this right now, I don't want to see you get so stressed out that affects your immune system, and then you get sick. You need help too.
That would not be good.
No, but he's only, look at all he's doing. He needs help.
I know. It's been that way for years.
I know.
I have watched him go from having dark hair to white hair. I just keep putting color on mine.
Me too. L'Oreal's my best friend.
That's why God created color.
Yeah.
Okay. Marianne, the system I use is called Chegg Career Match. It's careermatch.com. Okay. And it's listed as membership director for Authors Marketing Guild. You can take a look at that and probably copy and paste to forward on to her so she can see what we're offering and stuff.
All right, careermatch.com. All right, membership director. Okay, for Authors. All right, I'll look at that and I'll send it to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we put it out there 4 days ago and no response yet.
All right. Well, let me talk to her about it. Maybe if I talk to her and send her something, she'll put it up there. And she's a wonderful lady. I love her. And I mean that would give you some help with all this.
Yeah. Earlier I mentioned the bookstore van. We could probably buy something cheaper that's used. However, that means we're going to be putting a lot of money into repairs and stuff like that. So I'd rather not go that route. And yes, $70,000 is a lot of money to have a customized van built. And these customized vans, you've probably seen them on the street. They're like the Amazon vans, but they are, have our bookshelves built in so that we can open up a panel, pull the things out so that it looks like a mobile bookstore. Okay.
See it more as like a food truck.
Yeah. Be just able to do that type of stuff. Ideas on that, is that something that can be of value to our authors, because we're going to communities and events that don't necessarily have bookstores and stuff?
I'm just,
I don't know. That's a lot of money. Yeah, what it brings to mind to me is when I was in elementary school, we used to have bookmobiles that would come to the school, and oh my God, I love those days. But in this climate, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think people are getting out that much, you know. I don't think it's worth thinking about at this 5 minutes because everybody's at home and there's all
Right,
this
but
stuff.
let's
Yeah.
face it, we're not going to raise 70 grand in 3 months. That's just not our reality. But this is something that would be able to be raised over a 6-month or 1-year period, and everything's going to change theoretically because we'll have vaccine and people will be back out doing things out in events and programs and stuff. So I'm preparing us for next year. You know, 1 year, could we theoretically have that? If so, then how can we go about raising the money to make sure it happens?
Yeah,
I don't know. I
I
got no
think it's a
idea.
tough sell right now, you know.
I think so too. I mean, I realize what you're saying, that
I
you're
know.
looking at the future, but the reality is that we don't have any guarantee of a vaccine. We don't have any guarantee. I mean, I know of events that are being postponed to 2022 at this point because they are afraid to try and go forward with next year and
Yeah.
lose more money
Mhm.
than what they've already lost by having to cancel it this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it would be an awesome thing, but I just don't know how practical it is.
I agree. I agree.
Okay.
I think it'd be better off to promote all this virtual stuff and membership. And I mean, I agree with you 100%, Jan. I just don't think right now.
And especially since we're marketing ourselves as an international group, I don't see that a book van would help somebody in New Zealand or Australia.
Well,
That
for
they could
them,
have their books in it.
yeah, I mean, we could order their books and have them available, so it's a whole new market for them. And if
True.
it does well here, then we could, you know, look at seeing who can we hire in those countries to be able to do the same thing.
Right.
Or even like a food truck, start off with that small thing that allows us to start building the sales to have a physical location.
True. It's something to think about, but I don't see anything that I don't see it's something to act on right this minute. I really don't.
I don't
It's
either.
just my opinion.
My opinion too.
Okay. All right. Other things that we need to consider or anything of that nature? Any ideas?
I don't have anything.
No, just
Okay.
one thing, and this isn't a criticism. This is just so that, you know, and maybe it just was a slip or something, but a member that I had gotten in, Marva Mason, when I told her, I said, did you sign up? Are you going to go to any of these for the author's marketing event, any of the seminars? She said, well, I didn't know anything about it. I never got anything on it. So I wonder if something, you know, if people aren't getting everything you're sending out sometimes, Alan.
Right, and that's why we only have a third response for reading the newsletters. And that's what I've been telling the new members is that even if you don't have time, open the newsletter because your email systems, after a while, if you don't open them, will consider it a spam and stop sending them or stop
That's right.
receiving them.
Okay, that's what
Right.
it is then.
Okay, that's why I'm sending out the postcards is, hey, we're still here, we're still doing these things. Are you not getting them? Here's the email to reach out to us so we can fix it.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
And that's been a frustrating thing for me for a long time is, you know,
Yeah.
if you don't open it, I get you're busy, but, you know, this is your business. You've got to focus and look.
Right. So maybe just send something out with, you know, a shorter note, you know, I don't know right now, but I stand corrected on that. I don't do that, and I'm being honest. So, and you know, but I think that a lot of these, everything's fixable here. Don't you,
Yeah.
Jan?
Oh yeah, definitely. There's nothing that can't be fixed except the coronavirus right now.
Right.
All right.
And I'm sure.
That pretty much covers everything at this point. In September, we'll be looking at who is coming up for their 5-year anniversary with us and extending their invitation to be on the board of advisors, as we've done with other people and stuff. So we'll continue doing that every month, you know, if they're reaching that
Yeah.
5-year period and stuff.
Who else
It's
is on
really
the board right
disappointing.
now? Who else
sorry?
is on this, Alan? Who else is on?
Let me pull it back up. I forgot offhand.
Is Shauna Lee on it?
No,
Roxanne Charles.
they're on the nonprofit thing, but not on the
Okay.
advisory board here. We have you two, Winter Lawrence and Lynn Hobbs, and that's it. Winter explained that she couldn't be because she got called back to work this last week, so she's working today. But she's looking forward to hearing the replay, and I never heard back from Lynn Hobbs.
Yeah,
And
Lynn
then
is
we had another
notorious
one,
for not
Elizabeth.
responding.
I'm sorry?
Lynn is really bad about not responding.
Yeah.
And
And we had
in
another one,
many different
Elizabeth
ways.
Garcia, who passed away. So
All right, well, you guys, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to get running.
Me too.
got-
Me
I
too.
think we've covered everything. I thank you for participating, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thank you, Alan.
Absolutely.
And
And
Jan, please,
if we think of anything, Alan, we can always email you.
yes.
Of course.
And Jan, please keep in touch with me. I would love to get to know
Sure.
you better. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
All
All right, y'all
Alan.
have a great day. Thank you,
Cheers.
Alan.
Thank you.